today's video. It is raining today. It's a rainy day. It's a good day to be inhaling oxygen because there's a lot of moisture in the air. Every time there's water in the air, I feel like my lungs are getting cleansed. Yo, bro, fresh. Yo, come on. You cannot go to anyone else. All right, I'm back. As you can see, my homie did an incredible job. It looked super fresh. So I'm never gonna cheat on him. So now that that is done, it's time for me to talk about why you should treat your sketchbook like a diary. That's today's question. And I have a lot of experience with this because this is how I began to really dial in and fine-tune my work and create my style. Because I felt like I was creating my style in secret. You know, when we talk about having a diary or writing a diary, it's about having intimate conversations with yourself, completely isolated from anyone. And this is the same sort of intention that you gotta have when you create, you know, whether someone is looking or isn't looking. But for me, the first thing and I think the most appropriate first step is to do it without feeling like you need some sort of recognition for it. So going straight into it. That's how I started. I started with a small sketchbook, maybe about this big. And the reason for the small size of the sketchbook is because it's less daunting and it's more about completion, right? When you have a big page, it's a lot to fill up. And I mean, you can do it depending on what sort of approach you want to have, but I find that I'm able to complete more of my ideas when the scale is much smaller. And that's what's important to me, because not only am I documenting it at a smaller scale and I'm having this sort of diary, it allows me to, once I've completed my work and I feel like I've done a good job, that is in tune with what I truly desire to translate, then I can move from the small scale to the large scale. You know, so treating your sketchbook like a diary is a necessary step in your development. Because it falls in line with seeking your own applause. That's my sort of approach to art, is with that, seeking your own applause. And you know, sometimes you get in a bit of a rut. And okay, so my phone keeps dying, so I have to come back, restarting. So like I was saying, sometimes you get in a bit of a rut and you have trouble processing the things that you're going through or thinking about. So art is the best way, I think, to begin that sort of processing method. And out of it, not only do you get to write down or draw down what you feel, but you also get to decompress and have a little bit more clarity about what you're feeling. And that diary, it's a very personal experience, right? Like, you wouldn't want someone to look at your... I don't write diaries, that's what my sketchbook's for, but let's say you do write diaries. You don't want someone to look at that, right? I mean, maybe you do if you're comfortable enough, but you know, that's the sort of approach that I had initially when I started creating, is this sort of like, okay, I'm gonna make this work in secret. I don't want looking at it, anyone looking at it, because it's for me and my eyes only. And I think the most interesting part about it is actually revisiting it, right? I have a sketchbook that was, how old was it? It took me about a year to complete it. And from the start of it to the end of it, to the completion of it, I could see the contrasting difference between the level of mind that I was at, right? It went from dark, very, very contrasty and dark imagery to kind of smoothly transitioning into this sort of work of it became more diverse, more integrated, and more I would say it became more distinct. Yeah, but that was a necessary transition, and having this approach to creating actually distinguished me and distinguished my style, and it gave me the opportunity to experiment with the things that I wanted to, right? Because I think oftentimes when people create work, they create work with the intention of being liked, or creating work with the intention of having others enjoy their work instead of themselves. So it's like, why do you even create at that point? Why are you even creating art? Are you trying to amuse yourself or others? And you know, when you go the I'm trying to amuse the others path, do you really like to make art at that point? That's a question you gotta ask yourself, or you gotta even answer for yourself. So define your style. Start treating your sketchbook like a diary. You know, that's the way I do it, and that's the way that I'll always do it. That's the way that I'm gonna approach it. Yeah. Anyway, I think I've said enough. The weather has changed so drastically. I shot a video earlier when it was raining and it was very loud, so I've decided to do a double take, and I'm gonna put the video of me getting my haircut on the side, basically just saying the same thing while my friend's giving me a haircut, but I felt that it was too loud. It was raining, but you know, yeah, signing out. Yo, drop a like. I actually got a couple of comments that I'm gonna answer, some questions that I got, and I'm gonna read through them, and I'm gonna find which ones are just the better ones. So yeah, this is a good start to the day. Looking fresh. I'm feeling fresh. Sun's out. Woo! Sun is out. So hey, I'm gonna go start my day.